Yo, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be comparing vans. So I've got four vans. We've got a lease van, we've got a cheap van, we've got a bit more expensive van, so a bit of better quality, a bit newer, less miles, etc. And then we are also throwing in an estate car. So because I'm so young, it's to do with insurances. So I'm trying different things on which is the best option moving forward, as I'm near the completion of my apprenticeship. Still staying with Nick, working 3 days a week. However, the other days I'm going to start doing... Right then, let's get straight into it. So the first van we're looking at, I don't know why I'm pointing. I'm pointing because I'm looking at the screen, but I should be on the screen in the top corner, and I'll be screen recording my computer screen so you can see. So the first van we're looking at is a Ford Transit Connect. It is an 06 plate and it is 1,395. So this is one of the cheapest one on Auto Trader, similar to the one Nick's got in his unit. So a bit about this van. It's a short wheelbase one. It's got 164,000 miles. So it's done its fair share. Yeah, so my thoughts behind this is currently I've got a BMW 1 Series, which is not the best for putting tools in. It's not too bad with the back seats down. However, you need a van because ultimately a car, it's going to get beat up where putting your materials in the back, trying to put trunking in, anything like that. You know what it's like. You just throw it in the back of the van. It's a lot easier. So this is the first option. So we're still on the same van, however, we are moving on to the insurance. So on the screen now, you shall see, I've put down comprehensive. I could have just probably put this one because it's a lower amount of money. Third party, I think it is, or there's another option, I can't remember what it's called. So I could have put that. However, I've wanted to do exactly the same ticky boxes on the insurance on Compare the Market for every single vehicle I'm about to show you. So it's like a fair test for the insurance, because obviously if you put not comprehensive, then the amount would be a lot lower. So I put the voluntaries and all that are pretty sure the same, and all the same ticky boxes, so the same questions and answers. So this insurance on this van has come out at £862.64 for the cheapest option. It doesn't actually say who that's one's with, or there's one with Gladiator which is £877, and that is a one-off payment for the whole year. So it's still, you've got to bear in mind, I'm 20 years old, turned 20 in February, so a couple of months ago. Been driving for, I think it's 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. So let's move on to option number 2. Right then, option number 2 should be on the screen below now. So this one is a Ford Transit Connect also. Straight away you can see it's a massive price difference. This is about this is probably what the best you can get for your money for a newer van from what I've seen roughly. So yeah, this is a 69 plate Transit Connect, and it's going for £12,495, and it's got, same again, short wheelbase. It's obviously the engine and everything like that, it's a lot newer, so it's a lot more economical. So maybe if you're working in cities and stuff like that, that's something you've got to bear in mind. I know in Birmingham city centre and London now and other cities, you have to have, I think it's ULEZ compliant, something along those lines, don't quote me for that. So that's something to bear in mind also. And then this van has done 39,000 miles, so it's a lot less miles, which is something always that plays in the back of my mind. I want to buy something with a lot lower mileage, because then the maintenance and stuff like that is, you're going to have less problems really, ultimately. So yeah, that's good. Right then, moving on to the insurance for this van. So it's a bit more, I think it's about £200-300 more. I can't remember what the other one was, I think it was 800 and something. So this one straight off the back is £1,045 for Admiral, but that is including a telematics box, so that's like a black box as everyone would know it. So it's one of them, you could go for that, or you could pay an extra £100, so 1,150, and you don't have to have a black box. So you'd probably go for that option just for ease. So for the sake of £100. So that's how much it is on this van, which I was expecting it to be a lot more, to be fair. I've put down the mileage as, I think, 4,000 personal and I think it was 8,000 business. but do you know what I mean? I've just put a generic figure in. I don't actually know. I've never really done this before. I've never run a business before. I don't really know the tricks of getting cheaper insurance and stuff like that. I've only ever done it for a car. So yeah, comment below if you know any tricks that will help me. The third option is a lease. So I have no knowledge at all really in leasing, never done it. So yeah, I'm a novice in this world. Obviously I've looked at like buying cars and I've bought a car before. However, leasing, don't really have a clue. I know you have to put a deposit down. I know obviously if you make the term longer, it will get cheaper because then you've got that vehicle for a longer time. However, I do know you have to put the deposit down, which is, so yeah, let's stop faffing and let's look at it. So this again, I just selected the cheapest Ford Transit Connect on here. So how leasing works is you get a brand new van, and I've selected, so how many miles will you be driving? So I put 12,000 because it said that was the average for a person. And then we've got how long do you want this vehicle for? So 36 months, which equals to 3 years I've put. And then the upfront payment, I left that as what was selected, which was a year, so 12 months. And that comes out at £3,814.32, excluding VAT. So it's quite a lot of upfront cost when you're trying to weigh it all together, but we'll weigh it all together at the end of the video. So that's that van, but then you've got to think when you're leasing, you don't have to worry about, I think it says somewhere down here, you don't have to worry about MOT, because obviously you get a new van every 3 years. That's how it works if you obviously want to renew the lease. You don't have to worry about it breaking down as such. Like wear and tear, yes, you have to look after yourself. So your tyres, maybe brake pads, I think it is. Whereas if your engine blows up, you're just driving down the road and it blows up, pretty sure they just give you a new one. So yeah, that's one good thing. You don't have to worry about breakdowns and stuff like that. However, you don't own it. So I don't know what the situation is with racking the van, whether or not you can use the self-tappers, put van vaults in, do the deadlocks. There's loads of things you need to consider, and you need to read all the little T's and C's, whether or not it will actually suit you or your business. So the insurance on this van, I couldn't actually get an insurance quote because these vans, like I'm showing here, are all photos. Well, the photos of the vans, they don't actually have the registration, where on Auto Trader they have the registration, so you can put it in and get an estimate. Whereas on here, they're brand new vans, so they've not been registered yet. So I couldn't do that, but as a rough guess, I'm going to go off the same pricing for the newer van we did last. So around the 1,100, just over £1,000 mark. Roughly, that's what I'm guessing it would come out at, give or take. Because they're both fairly new vans, they're both going to be economical. So the final option we're going to be choosing from today is going to be a Vauxhall Astra Estate. Some people might call this a painter's car. So what it's going for is £1,390, and it has done 139,000 miles. So the reasoning behind this, me and Nick spoke about this video and this whole idea. So because of my age, it might work out cheaper doing insurance, which is classed as a car, not a commercial vehicle. So your vans, your trucks, like your Ford Rangers, stuff like that, are classed as commercial vehicles. So whether or not the insurance would be higher because it's business, but then ultimately when you're doing the insurance quote, you have to select that you're using it for business. So I presume you've got to weigh the ups and the downs because they're both selecting business, but then they're different vehicles and different categories. So yeah, we'll see, but we'll have a look, see what the insurance come out in a second. So this car here is an '08 plate, so 2008. Same again, manual, diesel, estate. So room wise, you've probably just got as much room as like a short wheelbase van, which we've been looking at. However, you don't have the height, so you probably couldn't get a chest of drawers or something. Say like my chest of drawers, you couldn't just throw that in as they are. You'd have to lie them down flat. But yeah, it's one of those. It depends what you're doing really. If you just like what I'm going to be doing, subcontracting to Nick and other people and doing my own jobs, then you're just going to want your generic tools in your van, your generic materials, your day-to-day stuff. You're not going to be lugging around loads, so this would potentially work. So let's have a look at the insurance. The insurance on this, so the Vauxhall Astra has come out at the cheapest one. All of these ones are looking like they've got black boxes. So we are looking at £1,028 for the cheapest one with a black box. So straight away, because it's a car, I think all of them are having black boxes because they think it's probably easier to fit, maybe. I don't know, that's maybe my thinking behind it. But yeah, that's shocked me really. I thought this would come out a lot cheaper considering the price of the vehicle, and then also it's a car, it's not a commercial vehicle. I always thought commercial vehicles would be a lot higher. But yeah, that's really shocked me. So what I'll do now is I'll put all this in like a chart as such, and then we'll have a little chat about what you think I should do. Just built this little document, just a photo of all the vans, the cost and the insurance. Straight away looking back at it, I should have put the two cheaper vehicles, so the first van at the top of the screen and the last one we did, which was the estate vehicle. I should have put those, like I said before, as the like third party insurance, you know, where if you crash it then you don't get the cost value of the van. But even still, I just didn't think about that, I just did it. So yeah, straight away looking at that, also you got to think, so the cheaper vans and the cheapest van and the cheaper car, I could buy that and keep that alongside my car, whereas obviously if I'm paying per month, I'm going to get rid of my car to put money towards that. Or if I'm going for a dearer van, I'm not a millionaire, so I need to get money from somewhere. So I am saving money, obviously, towards a van, towards a house, everything like that. However, I don't have loads of money just lying around. So yeah, I'd have to sell my car. And my thinking behind it is, if you're going to be in this van for work and then also pleasure, so, well, that's what it's classed as on the insurance, driving around, going to your mate's house, doing whatever you do, you're going to want something that's, well, I'm in the fortunate position to be able to probably afford something around that price range where I'd be comfy in it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's weighing up there's loads of different things to weigh up. However, what would you guys do? Comment below what you'd do, and I'm intrigued to see that, or whether or not there's any van companies that could like give me any advice on what's best to do. So overall, I'm still a bit undecided of what to do. Obviously, I've put this video out here to show what I'm thinking, and then fingers crossed you guys can show what you did. Comment below, tell me what you think I should do, what's the best ideas. I'm more leaning towards buying a little bit of a better van and then it lasting me a bit longer and chopping in my car maybe. It's one of those, it ultimately depends on your finances, like your money, so, and then what you want to use your van for, how much you're going to be using it, and how long you plan on keeping it, and how you plan on running your business. If you're just going to be a subby, then maybe you could just get away with a car because you're just driving there. However, if I want to do little jobs on my own, and then I'm going to be picking up my own materials and stuff, you're going to need a van. So, well, then you say that, but then you could use an estate car. So, it's a hard one, but I'm intrigued to see what you've done or what you think I should do. So, comment below. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.